this movie we will work on this read more button. As you can notice, we are just showing only 150 characters here. So when the user will click on this read more button, he will go to this full post.php. You can also see this full post.php hover link when I put my cursor on this read more button. So the user will click on this read more button and will go to this full post.php where he will be able to read the full post. So back to my editor. First of all, in this file of blog.php where we have this read more button on line 1 or 2, you can see we have full post.php, but we can only go to the specific post which has that button with its id, because id column was unique and we made it primary. So I will add the search query parameter here id, and that will be equal to one php scope. So adding the php scope here. Now here I will simply echo my post id. So if I can show you real quick, here is this post id that we are fetching out of our data rows id. So putting that post id here. So if I save this one and refresh my page, if I hover my mouse, you can notice that this one is not getting the id. Why is that? It's because I have to cut the ending code from here and I will put it right here. So if I save this file now and refresh my page, so if I hover on this read more button, you can notice that this one got the id is equal to 13. This one has the id is equal to 12. So this one will have the id of 11, and so on. So every single post has unique id, and by that id we can read that full post. So here you can notice that search query parameter is id. Everything which is after this question mark called search query parameter. So this id is called search query parameter, and that is equal to this post id. So our search query parameter is equal to the id. So this file of blog.php as our full post.php will have the same design. So I'm gonna save this file as full post.php. So now if I click on this read more button, I'm on this full post.php. The id is 11, but it's the same as the blog post. It's because we are fetching these posts according to the SQL that we wrote. So now we will make our SQL to show us only that post which has the search query parameter ID 11. So if I go to my full post.php, we have to go to our SQL. So here you can see the default SQL query. So I will say select static from post ordered by ID DESC. So right after the from, I will add the where clause, where the ID column in my table of post is equal to this ID that we have in our URL. So I can take that ID by using super global of. So I will have one variable post ID from URL, and by using super global of get, I will take that ID that we are seeing in our browser. So now we can put this variable post ID from URL here. So where the ID is equal to this post ID from URL, and we don't have to write this order by ID DESC here anymore. So if I save this one and refresh this page, you can see now we have only one post which has the ID of 11. So we don't need this read more button anymore on this page. So I'm gonna go down first of all, deleting that read more button, and also you can see the restriction on our post description content. So I'm going to remove this whole if condition, because the basic purpose of this page to show the full post. So if I refresh my page, you can see the full content. So what I did here, first of all, I echo the ID in the read more button. So this one got the ID of 11, this one got the ID of 9, and this one has the ID of is equal to 4. And if I can show you real quick in my blog.php page, here you can see I give this search query parameter ID, which is equal to this post ID. So if I click on this one, ID is equal to 4, I am on this full post.php page where the ID is equal to 4, and this is our fourth ID. So in case if I make this search query parameter instead of ID, I make it post, save this one, this is blog.php page. So if I go to blog.php, refresh that page, hover on read more, you can see post is equal to 4, not the ID anymore. So if I click on read more button, you can see I'm getting this error that undefined index ID, because now it has the search query parameter of post, not ID. And full post.php file is designed in such a way that it should take the ID from the browser bar. So you should have the ID here in order to view the full post. So changing it back to the ID, saving this one, refreshing my page of blog.php first, clicking read more. Now we have the ID is equal to 4. Now there is no error at all here, and this is our fourth ID post. Now one more thing I want to show, if I remove this 4 from here and enter, you can see I don't have anything at all here. But if I give it some wrong ID like 5, 8, enter, still there is nothing, no content here. And if I just delete all of this, ID is equal to, and enter, you can see I got the error undefined index ID. So make sure you have your ID in the search if you want to see some post. And also one more thing, if I delete all of this, like if I delete all the ID, just full post.php, I'm seeing the index, and you don't want to show these type of errors to your users out on the internet. So I will add one thing in this script full post.php. So going up, I will add one if condition. So this is blog.php, so closing this one. So in this full post.php page, I will add one if condition, that if this variable of post ID from URL is not set, so I will put this post ID from URL here. If it's not set, then show one error message. Bad request, and redirect user to blog.php page. So if I save this one, and we need to confirm whether we have included, yeah, we included our function file, which means we can use this function of redirect underscore to, and we included this session file, which means we can work with session on this file as well. So if I refresh this page now, first of all, let's go to blog.php, clicking on this read more button. why it's showing me blog.php. I made this function to check if this post id from URL is set. So in order to make this one, if that not set, I have to add the not symbol. That's why it was redirecting me to blog.php page. So if I save this one, and now if I go to this read more, full post.php id is equal to 14. Here is this full id, full post. If I remove all of this, you can see I'm on blog.php, but there is no session messages. It's because we are not echoing our functions of sessions on our blog.php page. So let's grab our functions call from add new post page. So in order to see the error messages, we have to echo our session functions. So I'm gonna copy from here. Let's close this one. So opening my first blog.php page, right after the h1 tag, I'm gonna add our echo of error message and session message here. So now if you can see this message is completely working here. So if I go to this read more button, this is full post. If I remove this 14 from here, you can see there is nothing here at all. So if I remove all of this including the ID, click bad request, and we are on the page of blog.php. And if I click on this read more button, and instead of ID, if I give it post is equal to ID, enter, you can see still bad request. So always make sure that you take care of these browser fields, because you will not have good people all the times to browse your website. There will be some people who will love to find out the loopholes in your website. So make sure that you take care of these type of scenarios. So what I did here, let me revise all of that again for you. So I added one link here, fullpost.php, and I echo the ID. Why the ID? Because our ID was the unique one. So then we went to this fullpost.php, and I said here, if this post ID from URL is set, then you should show me the results according to that post. So we are only showing one result according to this post ID from URL. So I added one scenario, and if this post ID from URL is not set, send the error message as a bad request in the session function and redirect to blog.php. And the first time we were not seeing the error on blog.php page, it was just because of not calling the function of error message and success message here. So in order to see your error message and success message, always call the function of error message and success message. So that's it for this lecture.